So today we need to talk about the game that many people thought was completely dead, Rainbow Friends. For a long time it felt like this game had been abandoned, forgotten, and left behind, but recent events suggest that might not actually be the case. Rainbow Friends wasn't just another Roblox horror game. At its peak, it was one of the biggest experiences on the entire platform. In 2023, Rainbow Friends reached a massive milestone. It won Best Creative Direction at the Roblox Innovation Awards. An award highlights the games that stand out creatively, not just in popularity. On top of that, the game surpassed 4.7 billion visits, placing it among the most played Roblox game of all time. And before we continue guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's hit 300 subs, and thank you for all the support. So let's continue. Everything pointed toward a bright future. Players were excited, theories were everywhere, and expectations for Chapter 3 were extremely high. It felt like the chapter would arrive any moment, but instead of moving forward, everything stopped. After its success, the developers suddenly went quiet. Updates slowed down, then stopped entirely. Weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. There were no announcements, no teasers, no explanations, just silence. As time passed, the community began to lose hope. Many players assumed the worst, that Rainbow Friends had been permanently abandoned, that Chapter 3 would never be released. Later, information surfaced explaining what many have caused this long disappearance. The devs were reportedly involved in a lengthy legal dispute, which likely halted all major development. Situations like this can completely freeze a project, no matter how successful it once was. For a long time, the lawsuit seemed like the end of the road, but then something important happened. On May 6, 2025, the legal case was officially resolved. That meant that devs were finally free, at least legally, to continue working on the game. Naturally, people accepted news to follow, but once again, nothing happened. Months passed with no communication, but on January 23, 2026, literally like a week ago, Rainbow Friends unexpectedly received an update. This alone was shocking because the game hasn't been touched since May 2024, nearly 2 years of inactivity, and suddenly an update appeared. The update was appealed to Chapter 1, but here's the strange part. Players noticed no visible changes at all. No new content, no fixes, no additions. So at first people assumed it was a mistake. Maybe devs opened their projects in Roblox Studio and accidentally published it. That's reasonable explanation. But even though if that's true, the update still matters. Why? Because it proves that the game hasn't been forgotten. It proves that devs still have access, and most importantly, it provides the project isn't technically abandoned. After that, the update fans began watching devs more closely, and that's when the more interesting signs appeared. One of the main developers, Roy Stanford, has been noticeably more active recently. Players have seen him online frequently, often with the Roblox Studio icon next to his name. For those who don't know, Roblox Studio isn't a game, it's the development platform where people literally making a game. And it actually raised an obvious question: what Roy is working on. Rainbow Friends is by far his most well-known project, and there has been any announcement of a new one, because one of the many fans believe that development may have quietly resumed on Chapter 3. At the same time, the other lead developer Charles also made a noticeable change. He completely updated his avatar, moving away from his long-standing pirate theme look to something entirely different. So all of that can mean that we might actually can receive an update. That's just a theory, but everything can happen. Rainbow Friends was once written off as an abandoned, but now the conclusion feels less certain than ever. Whether Chapter 3 is months away or still far off, one thing is clear: something is actually happening. And all we can say is that something is coming. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one.